Okay, let's try the COVID-19 module.
Welcome to this Triple P segment focusing on being a parent during a crisis. COVID-19 has created real challenges for families everywhere. In this segment, we will talk about practical things you can do as a parent to help your child, yourself and your family deal with the stress and uncertainty of these unique and difficult times. We can help with practical ideas about childhood anxieties and also our own well-being as we all try to deal with problems that can seem bigger than all of us. We're all in the grip of a global health emergency due to the highly contagious COVID-19. Most countries are affected and therefore most families will feel the effects in some way. Until it's controlled, the virus is likely to have an impact not just on physical health, but also on the way of life we have and mental well-being. COVID-19's effect is on a scale difficult to comprehend. There is uncertainty, sometimes conflicting advice, and perhaps a sense of helplessness. The practical advice we offer now is in addition to official government health information. It's designed to provide tips and strategies to navigate the unique family and parenting challenges we're all facing right now.
This is a difficult time, and you're not alone in thinking that. Comprehending expert advice in a fast-moving emergency is hard enough for anybody, and it can be difficult for parents to explain such important things to children, especially when big changes are happening around them.
It's perfectly understandable if you don't know exactly what to do as a parent. Do we shut ourselves off from the rest of the world? Isolate the children from family or friends? While there are official guidelines regarding what to do or to avoid doing, there are still many decisions families have to make.
Watching other families can be good or bad. Mums and dads and caregivers learn a lot from other families. So when you see other parents scrambling to buy groceries or following unregulated rumours online, it can make you feel even more anxious.
Most families seek certainty and predictable routines, so when a crisis upends our normal lives, we lose our sense of personal control.
We can be exposed to potentially distressing developments, such as the sudden cancellation of longed-for events, or worse, the serious illness or even the death of a loved one.
No one is immune from a health crisis and social changes that can result. Suddenly our leaders can cancel things we take for granted, like travel, school, concerts and sporting events.
All of these things, and hearing about it all day, every day, can trigger anger, anxiety and strong emotions. It's perfectly understandable. But children pick up on a parent's mood and can become confused and distressed.
If parents lose their job or have to stay at home or children aren't going to school, our lives collide and family stress and conflict can increase and there may be less positive parenting. This can be particularly hard for sole parents and families with children with developmental disabilities.
And all this time, we're showered with constant news updates, social media posts and rumours, which can be exaggerated or just wrong.
No wonder it's a challenging time, and even more so if there are pre-existing problems in the family, chronic health issues, mental health problems or financial stress. But problems related to COVID-19 that can seem overwhelming are likely to be temporary and things will get better. And in the meantime, we can adjust all of this by making some small changes. Firstly, make your family's well-being a top priority. Do your best to create a stable, loving and predictable home life. Find things to do together as a family at home. Do what you can yourself and teach others to slow down the spread of the virus. Teach your child. Practice the basics of personal hygiene, such as washing hands after using the toilet and before eating, and being careful about sneezing and coughing into your elbow or a tissue, and then throw it away and wash your hands. Take care of your own health and manage your own emotions as best you can, while reaching out to others to support them. Show your child how you want them to be kind to their family and friends.
Tune into your own emotions and how you react to stress. If you're anxious or upset, keep an eye on how it affects your parenting and the way you talk to your family. Develop a coping plan for stressful situations. What can you do or say to yourself that will help you stay calm? Like deep breathing and other mindfulness skills, and saying to yourself, "We'll get through this, it will all be over soon."
If you're unwell yourself or just feeling a bit down, it's important not to offload stress and worries onto your child. Get some guidance and help, and be a calm role model. Try to convey a positive attitude that says, "We can cope with this."
Keep worries in perspective. Limit how much you check the news or follow social media, and avoid running yourself into the ground. Try to be compassionate towards yourself and others around you, and acknowledge this is a difficult time for everyone.
During a crisis, it's best to keep in even closer touch with loved ones and people who matter to you. This is where technology and social media can be positive. Think about who you'd like to contact, and even if you can't meet with them, make time to connect. Keep in close contact with your immediate family and become less self-focused. Be supportive and compassionate to friends and relatives.
And maintain a healthy family lifestyle. Keep up regular exercise and healthy routines. Eat well. Watch out for the traps of added stress like alcohol and cigarettes. And remember to laugh and have fun. Enjoy your family's company and do things you enjoy.
Now, it's very important at times of crisis to help children cope with anxiety. Anxiety is our response to the expectation of threat, and being anxious about a health crisis is reasonable and predictable. Letting your child know this is one of the first things you can do. Help them understand that anxiety is normal and explain how it works. There are 3 different but related parts. Firstly, the thoughts in our head, such as, will I get sick, or will I still be able to see my friends? Secondly, the physical reactions in our body, like butterflies in our tummy and sweaty hands. And thirdly, the things we actually do, like crying or yelling. Make sure your children know that this is okay and quite normal when they're anxious and worried. It might come out of a conversation or drawings, but try to avoid telling them not to worry when they're clearly worried. They might feel you're dismissing something that is really important to them. Talking about your own feelings and how you deal with them can help. For example, you can say that sometimes you have worries at work, and a way you deal with them is to take some deep breaths and give yourself a chance to calm down. Encourage your child to talk about it and identify the thoughts that they're having. Explain that their thoughts are ideas, not facts, and what they fear might not actually happen. For example, if a child is worried about missing school, they might have anxious thoughts about the work they're missing and that they'll get a bad report from the teacher. A more realistic thought might be that, oh, my teacher knows why I didn't come to school and that we'll all find a way to catch up. Sometimes a child's worries may seem overblown to their mum and dad, but don't be impatient. That can lead to even more stress. And remember, don't overdo these conversations. Don't talk about it over and over. Maybe encourage one good talk each day. That lets them know that you believe in their ability to manage their worries. And remember, don't share your own worries too much. Children shouldn't feel like they have to solve their parents' worries as well as their own.
With COVID-19, having a family plan will help. Practice hand washing and good hygiene. Encourage children to come to you
Do you
with
see that green hair?
questions.
When they do come to you, give them your full attention and be honest with
I
them.
was looking at the
Ensure that what
course
they know
on
about the situation is accurate. Sometimes what they think they know is more frightening than the truth. Tell them what they should know according to their age and development, and stay positive. Explain that everyone is working to make things better. When physical distancing impacts on your child's ability to spend time with friends, help them create ways of keeping in touch via other means, such as video conferencing with friends or playing games online.
There's every chance you'll be home all day with the children. Schools will probably be closed, and you can't mix with other families. There are ways to make this situation less stressful. An upside is to use the opportunity to enter your child's world, listen to their stories. Give your child plenty of positive attention, spend time devoted to them. If you're busy, make sure you have some no work breaks to be with them.
So what's this one do?
Actively take notice of what they're doing without them having to show you. Continue schoolwork. Try a rough home timetable where they get dressed and ready. Keep things as close to normal as you can to calm down their fears. If schools haven't got a system in place, such as online lessons, you may have to invent ways to keep up with their learning. Check online resources for learning, and there are lots of them, and keep time aside for reading books they enjoy. There are also books online. This may be an opportunity to help them really enjoy learning. You could work together on a project that they really enjoy. Share the load with other parents, swap ideas by email, try video conferencing. Maybe the teacher can help. And there are countless ways to keep your children busy. Prepare a list with them, say 20 activities, and put them on the fridge. It's okay for children to be bored sometimes, but they need to learn self-sufficiency and to try to develop their own things to do. The best plan is to provide an interesting environment, books, art and craft, and give them chores to do. This can work wonders and make boredom disappear like magic.
Good job, Eloise.
Keep an eye on screen time, and maybe at a time like this you can loosen up a little. But remember, many children are losing their ability to amuse themselves because of what's available on a screen. Drawing and colouring in are disappearing skills, and these activate an important part of the brain. Try everything: sock puppets, hide and seek, and learn to make goop using cornflour and water, and if you have one, play in a sandpit. Create an iron board shelf somewhere. Work with your child to put things in it. It could be cardboard boxes to play with, old saucepans, drawing paper. Be creative. Having an emergency plan, including what to do if someone gets sick, particularly for single parents in isolation who can't ask a family member or friend to come over to help. Continue to use your usual parenting strategies. Kids thrive in a predictable environment with set rules and consequences. While you may need to adjust your usual family routine in some ways, for example to accommodate working and schooling from home, try to keep up your usual habits and family rules as much as possible. Deal with any misbehaviour as you would normally. I hope you have a better idea of helping children through very stressful and uncertain times and how to calm their anxieties. There's nothing more important through traumatic events than a supportive family. Children will cope with challenges and tragedies if they know their family is there to go through it with them and to protect them. We can do this better when we take care of ourselves, strengthen our friendships, and are immersed in family life. Finally, now you've had a chance to think about some of the things that you could do, decide which ones make sense to your family. Then set some daily goals and put your plan into action.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice.